confronts the brutal facts. They want a leader who will confront the tough decisions, make the decisions, and not let things drag on and drag on and drag on. It's a cancer. A lot of us probably can think in our mind of items in our business that we really need to cut out, that we really need to eliminate, and we delay it. Sometimes it's letting someone go that has been very loyal to us, that we've had on our team forever and ever and ever. The problem is they're not producing at the level they should be, or your budget doesn't support it right now. And we're so concerned with being nice, and that's not a bad thing. We're good people, right, at heart, and we don't want to make quick decisions on that either. But we have to confront the brutal facts in our business. They want to see you dealing with the problems in your business or the things you need to change and improve, and not just keep talking about. We do a lot of talking and not enough implementing. And they want to see that you're willing to make no matter how hard the decisions are to make them, because it's for the long-term greatness of the company, even if it's unpopular. A great person to study on this is Abraham Lincoln. When you study level 5 leaders, you'll see he had to make tough decisions. And for the greater good of the country. A lot of those weren't popular. Top pros know that the issues will be dealt with swiftly. They tend to make quick decisions. They need to see that you're willing to make tough decisions and quick decisions as well. The other key is that you're values and purpose driven. We saw that in Maurice's presentation yesterday. You'll see it today in Stu's. They want to know that the company they're working with is values and purpose driven. And let's talk about, again, values and purpose. First of all, they want to know that the brokers know who they are and where they're going. They have a 2-year plan. They have a vision where they're going. They also need to know what are the values that won't be compromised in this company no matter what. Remember we talked yesterday about the S word and why the stigma? We talked about the fact that really a very, very small percentage of sales professionals are really unethical and dishonest. Most really are. There's a great majority, though, that lack professionalism, and that also gives sales a bad name and a bad reputation. But top pros really want to make sure that they're working with someone who knows their values, that they know where they are, what they won't compromise no matter what. They want to jump on this bus. And you need to create that opportunity for them to be on that. Discipline throughout. When I'm talking about discipline, I'm talking about disciplined thought, disciplined people, disciplined action. And what they most want to see the discipline from is you. Discipline is probably the biggest thing that holds all of us back. Most of us lack discipline, and that's just our human nature. We would rather take the path of least resistance. It was easy to lose discipline in 2004 and 2005 when it was ducks on a pond. It was easy. I was in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, at the Realty Executive Office up there in September. Wayne Zook, if any of you have met him, awesome guy, runs an awesome company. They have great market share, and they're complacent. The market's starting to slow a little bit, not too much, and we've had some of the follow-up, but most of what I spent time on, we talked about leveraging time to grow your business, building the right team the right way. We talked about the 6 foundation corners of growing your business, and I spent a lot of time in each one of those segments warning them of complacency. And I tell you, a lot of them have that, and what happens? Discipline goes out the window. And let's face it, we all fell into that trap. And for some of us, we're still trying to get ourselves out of that. In this market, you cannot afford to lack discipline. And the top producers want to see that in you. They want to see that you have a disciplined approach to your business, that you are intentional with what you're doing. The last is an office filled with top pros. If you're working to bring in a top professional, now there's always somebody that's at the top of the heap. And it's not just about those top numbers that are most important, because some of those people you don't want in your company. We know that. but if it's combined with character and integrity and so forth, that you feel they'll be a good fit for you, you want them in your company. But they also want an office with other top pros. To be honest with you, they don't want to be the top one in the office, because what's happening? Everyone's trying to, pull from them and kind of suck them down. They want that energy and synergy in the office. And that's, when you look at the Realty Executive brand, that's exactly what this brand is saying. It's exactly what the brand says. It's about being the best. It's not about being the biggest. Sometimes we make our competition, by the way, bigger than it really needs to be, don't we? Keller Williams or Remax, the balloon. You know what? We make them too big. The reality is the brand is here. If you work to the brand and if you pose yourself in this way, you can load your office with top pros, and might as well be you versus the others. Even if you're on 100% and you're getting just transaction fees and a small desk fee, it's worth it because you're getting that versus the others, plus you get all the other exposure as well. And it says something about your company. There's a greater message than maybe a loss on a commission split to get some of those folks in, but they want to be in an office with other top pros as well. I mean, think about it from your standpoint. If you were a top executive, wouldn't it be awesome to come in with all the key top players that could lay their egos aside and say, let's go take this market. Let's dominate. Let's help each other get there. Sometimes that's easier than, there's other issues with that. But they prefer an environment where everyone is raising the bar. That's the key. Right now, the bar needs to be raised, and we need to do that. The game plan for you to be that company is not a complex formula. This may sound like, wow, how do we get there? And I know that every one of your business models are different. So some of you are thinking, wow, man, I'm selling. I just have one or two other executives. How does this fit for me? I'll try to piece all this together as we move forward. But it's not a complex formula. It's not how big your numbers have been. It's how big you want your agents to become, your executives. That's what it's about. How big do you want them to become? Here's the whole key, as in sales, as we talked about yesterday. It's not about us. It's about them. The sooner we can make everything we do about our seller or buyer or agent, and it's not in and about us, stuff happens, I guarantee it. It'll happen with your buyers and sellers. It'll start happening with the agents as well. It's more about your self-image and confidence and how you project yourself. This is key, and I will tell you, this is where I have to spend a lot of time with my broker-owner clients because of their self-image and confidence and how they're projecting themselves in the market. We need to change that, and I will also say that in sales, and part of the whole peak performance, and we talked yesterday about running at peak performance, one of the issues are confidence. And if there's a self-image or self-confidence issue, and I know that's very, very private, so we're not going to get a raise of hands here or anything. We don't have to worry about that. But we have, before we go on the playing field, we have to process through that. Because if we're struggling with that, the prospects will see that. The agents will see and determine that. So before we get on the field, we need to do a little self-confidence check. But a lot of this is displaying ourselves that that we are the company and the broker that they want to attach themselves to. There's a lot that you have to offer and give, and you need to make it possible, make room for them to come. Even if you have to move your office. One of your great opportunities right now is office space. We just moved our office. We tripled our office space size. Now I'm paying more in rent, but relatively speaking, it's a great deal. There's some great opportunities in this market. And talent, getting great talent. If you want to load the bus right now, your great opportunity is bringing on great talent, including agents. So what you need to convey, and I got that pulled up here, but I just want to talk a little bit more about this. We need to really lock in our self-image and confidence and realize that most people recruit to their level and below. We need to recruit to our level and above. Again, it's not about us. If we take it and not make it about us, it doesn't matter. It's about, John, the issue's not me. If they're saying, listen, man, I've done 4 times more business than you have done. John, it's not about me. It's about you. I want to help you even get further. Because if you feel, John, that you're doing all you can, you've hit a wall, and you're in your early stages of decline, I want to remove the lid for you. This is the kind of conversations we need to have with them. Here's what you need to convey, that you can take them to the next level. It's a privilege for them to hear from you. You need to get that in your mind when you're making your recruit call. And we're going to talk about how to warm up that call prior to your initial conversation. But it's a privilege for them to hear from you. Why? Because you are a successful real estate broker, owner of a franchise, who's been very successful in real estate, and you want to give them the keys to your success. And you want to help them grow and take their business to the next level. And I guarantee you this, 8 times out of 10, their broker isn't thinking any of this. Their broker's trying to figure out how to keep the lights on. They're not values and purpose and vision driven. They're just trying to figure out, how am I going to keep the doors open? You're sitting there strategically with a vision and values and purpose and a plan, mapping out their success. Sign me up. I'm on. As top producer, I'm on board. It's a privilege for them to hear from you because you have a lot to bring and offer them. Not from a cocky standpoint, but from a level 5 humility combined with confidence. By the way, very few will receive a call like this from you. Self-examination time. Oop. Self-examination. In your handout, there should be a CEO assessment after your notes, and a extreme team makeover assessment. I want to take a few minutes for you to assess your CEO leadership skills. We'll see how we did. I want you to go back through, and I want you to assess your team. Now, when you're thinking about your team, you could look at it from your individual team. If you're also producing and you have your own teams, you could look at your office overall. But we need to find our holes. The reason why we're always giving you assessments and surveys is because we need to examine ourselves. And we need to be honest and find out, what are we doing well and what do we need help with. So take some time, and we'll come back in about 5 minutes and talk about that. If you want to grab a cup of coffee or something, just don't go home, okay? We're just getting started here. Stay with us. I know some of this is painful, but let me say this about discipline and pain. We will either experience the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. This is also confronting the brutal facts in your business. We need to take a look. What kind of a leader are you? What kind of an extreme makeover is needed in your business? And then we'll talk about that.